Alright folks, we are departing. There is no bed, bunk, or anything of the sort.
There is something called a roomette, which I guess is kind of like a bunk, but the dang thing costs more than a plane ticket.
It's a little bit gnarly that there is no bunk in here. Yeah, it's gonna be a long ride, but that's okay, because it's a life experience.
I'm pretty sure there was a dining car somewhere in this train, but I know that train food will never be as good as food from the real world. So I had this thing I brought from Schenectady for dinner instead, and it was delicious.
10 p.m. and somehow this train is super crowded.
After this stop in Syracuse that literally quadrupled the population on the train, it was lights out time. Conditions were a little rough, not gonna lie, I was awake most of the night, but I was thankful that there were no snorers in my train cabin. It's the little things, you know what I mean?
Good morning, everyone. As you can see, it's not a super nice day outside. I was really hoping to get you guys some beautiful shots of the soft morning sunlight illuminating the train cabin where everyone is softly dozing, but there was no such thing happening in this joint.
Unfortunately, the best I can offer you is overcast suburban sprawl. A couple hours later, the sky eventually cleared, offering some nice sunlight, but overall, this truly was just about the ugliest train route I've ever been on, and I don't think I have very high standards when it comes to that. I will watch just about anything out a window, but this was just mediocre on a level that I had never experienced before in my life.
We're almost to the station, actually. I think we'll be there in maybe like 20 minutes. And I was expecting on the route there to see more city scenery. And as it turns out, it's actually a graffiti art gallery that just goes on and on. Like nothing has been untouched by these people. They just spray paint everything. So that's cool too. All right, y'all, we are moments away from Union Station. The scenery is not it, but overall, I am pleased that this train is not only not late, but it's actually early.
Welcome to Chicago, everyone. Yes, Mother approved this Chicago excursion because it's only 1 hour, and statistically, I'm very unlikely to be shot or stabbed in such a short time frame. Especially since about half the passengers around here are Amish people who are generally quite peaceful and probably also think guns are the devil. Anyway, please have a gander at Union Station, the only part of Chicago I'll be able to see before I depart. Now this is what I call a proper train station. An airport departure style screen, multiple food and beverage facilities, a fancy room with a super high ceiling. I would almost give it 5 stars, except for this confusing maze. This was not a vibe. There was also a very impressive array of vending machines selling salad in a jar, antacid tablets, cornrow paste. I admired the selection for a moment and then headed on to my next train. And you're probably like, another train? Yep, another train. I'll spare you the details though and cut to the chase. Welcome to Milwaukee, everyone. My 30-hour journey has finally come to an end. This was a pretty extreme choice for a first train trip, and speaking in practical terms, I really wouldn't say I recommend this route. If you also happen to be traveling from Burlington to Milwaukee, maybe look into something else. But what I will say is, I would have forgotten that boring plane flight by now, but this train journey will live on in my memories forever. Glad I could take you guys on this journey with me, and I'll see you next time.